Carlos. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, EWC 2024. I've lost my voice throughout the 3 days, but we are handling this very maturely. We are here on stage. Welcome our judges for today. Let's give it up for them, please. And also, let's give it up for the pitchers for today. Good luck over the next few days. Or actually, we've witnessed very inspiring pitches over the past days, and today also, and tomorrow. Innovators representing over 150 nations here in Riyadh at B-Band 2024. Let's welcome Cognis Medical Solutions for the first pitch for today. Give it up, please. And we are live.
Today, 1 out of 3 of us will be affected by dementia. It's a global health crisis and we have no treatments. I'm Sandra Shalma, CEO of Cognis Medical Solutions, and I'm here to present to you a groundbreaking, novel idea that we've developed to change this. 55 million people are diagnosed today, a number set to triple by the year 2050, but yet there's no treatment available. Now, why is that? Well, pharmaceutical and clinical trials are struggling with finding eligible participants for their trials at early stages, costing $20 billion in just the patient recruitment process, spanning over 3 years. This caused delays and failures in clinical trials and no treatment available. So we're here to change that. Cognis has developed a non-invasive, accessible and objective screening solution that will be as easy as taking a selfie, just screening your face, sent for a machine learning analysis, and then receive the results within the palm of your hands. Our technology utilizes machine learning technology and computer vision to detect subtle changes in facial features. That's linked back 30 years in clinical research, linking facial features to cognitive decline. So we're utilizing this now. Our pilot study showed promising results, and we have our EPO granted and 2 more patents filed. So the cognitive assessment market in digital health is immense, actually, growing immensely. Estimated at a $23 billion total available market today, and we're aiming to capture an 8% market in this evolving landscape, and it's growing 29% yearly. So our revenue model, based on a software as a solution, will aim at B2B for research use only in clinical trials and pharmaceutical companies developing this research. The market goal is healthcare sectors, access to patients, but we'll be focusing on securing our partnerships. We have partners right now that we're developing the model with, accessing more healthcare data through, and we'll be targeting the pharmaceuticals. So right now we're in an MVP stage. We're preparing our clinical studies to access more high-quality data, and we'll be launching as a research use only before our FDA approval that we aim for in 2027. So our team is small but expanding with neuropsychology background, AI, machine learning, research expertise, and advisors with expert in medtech and healthcare. And we're now raising $500,000 for strategic partnerships, and ahla wa sahla, join our journey. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Cognis Medical Solutions, right on time. 2 minutes for the judges. Go ahead, please.
Great pitch, thank you. A couple questions about your data sets and your algorithms. What data are you accessing to train your initial algorithms, and will those need to be adjusted based on different populations?
Yes, great questions. We are working with the researchers to access the clinical data and their journals of patients who are either undergoing dementia diagnosis or already have received. So what we are accessing with our smartphone tool is the facial recognition that we're building our machine learning model with. And because there's different types of biomarkers that we need to assess digitally, we're expanding our clinical studies globally. We now have research partners internationally.
It's a great, idea. Regarding the competition, like any other ideas in the similar in the world you have been noticed, or any other solutions that you've been inspired to follow?
We were actually inspired by this type of research in Parkinson's utilizing facial recognition. Right now, there's no other facial recognition in dementia that's commercializing. So we're the first to commercialize this idea. But there are other researchers working on this. So we're basing on results from research-based linking facial recognition and dementia and cognitive decline overall. There are other companies that are working with digital solutions for early detection, such as eye scanning or voice recognition or keyboard recognition for late stage or early stage detection, but there's none out there that's doing facial recognition in dementia.
Okay, I have one question for you. You've showed in the go-to-market strategy that you want to have pharmaceuticals as part of your market entry. Why do you need them if you have like a selfie?
Well, I wish you can answer that. I am sorry, you will not be able to. Let's give it up for...
I'll answer later.
Your
Thank
answer
you
later.
so much.
Okay. You'll pay for that. I'm just joking. 1 minute for judging and scoring. Let's move on to our next pitch after this 1 minute. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, judges. Let's call on our next pitch, Nanostic Technologies, on stage. Please give it up.
Hello, everybody. I'm Philip from Nanostic Technologies, and I'm eager to let you know how we plan to bring healthcare to the next level. But first, let's take a step back. The world is getting older. In just a few years from now, 1 billion people will be above the age of 60. This puts tremendous pressure on the healthcare system, with more and more patients occupying more beds and less doctors to treat them. This problem is specifically more exaggerated in the case of surgeries, where 10 to 20% of all surgical procedures end up leading to costly complications. Just in the US alone, last year, up to $14 billion were spent handling these complications. That's ridiculous. There is a critical unmet need, and we have to do something right now to address it. Well, let me introduce to you the Rimu Patch 1. This is going to be the first commercial wearable device to enable self-testing of protein biomarkers. With our AI infection detection mechanism, we'll be able to catch infections and treat them in the patient's home. But this is not simply a medical device. This is a whole integrated hospital-at-home solution where healthcare systems can integrate our platform into a whole telemedicine solution. Our approach directly addresses the strained healthcare system. By enabling early detection and acting on the readmissions, we'll be able to save up to $50,000 per patient for the healthcare system. And we don't only save from hospital beds, we also optimize the system, increasing the save man hours, increase the efficiency, and improve the workflow in the clinic. We monetize our solution by having subscription-based contracts with hospitals where we charge $500 per patient per week of monitoring. Last year in the US, there were 45 million surgeries alone, so if we capture just a small segment of this market, we'll be in a good position. We're strategically positioned in the intersections of multiple growing markets, driven not only by the demographics, but also by the scientific revolution that has been happening in the last decade. Right now, it's a great time to be a medtech startup. So far, in terms of traction, we have participated in multiple accelerator programs. We have interviewed dozens of doctors, signed multiple LOIs, indicating that the need is there, and clinicians are eager to test our device in their clinic. Right now, we're finalizing our prototype and our IP, after which we'll initiate a fundraising round in order to conduct clinical trials and CE marking with the FDA application to follow. And, of course, this is our team of superstars that's going to make this happen. We have both the deep technical understanding, but also the entrepreneurial grit to make this work. We were also fortunate enough to assemble a great advisory board that helps us navigate this complex landscape. We're Nanostic Technologies, and if you want to be part of the changing healthcare, let's bring it on together. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Judges, 2 minutes.
I'll go first. Just a quick question. So $500 a week per patient. It seems to be slightly on the higher side. Have you tried and tested this with the hospitals already?
So this is a preliminary price. In order to come up with the exact pricing, we'll conduct health economy studies to see what exactly, how much money we can save to the hospital, and then we'll do value-based pricing.
How much does each device cost?
To produce it would be less than $10, so we'll have good margins.
If I caught it right, you're entering the US first. Do you have plans for follow-on geographies?
So actually we'll launch in Denmark because it's the most digitalized healthcare system in the world. It will get us access to patient data up to 5 million patients, where we can actually do a lot of machine learning pre-training of our algorithms. After that, we'll follow up with the US.
Would you be able to integrate the software with other, like watches? Or
Absolutely.
you have to be, wearing a different band?
In the long term, we can definitely see partnership integrating this with smart wearable devices, and this is later in the R&D pipeline.
Can you speak a little bit more about the technology itself? Does it puncture the skin, or what is it actually detecting on the skin? And is there any chance that you can have an allergic reaction or sensitivity?
Yes, it's minimally invasive, so it does puncture the skin. It's similar in a way to the continuous glucose monitors, but it's measuring proteins in the skin. So that is the main differentiator.
Talk about a superstar team. Can you talk a little bit more about the backgrounds of the team?
Sorry, can I hear it again?
What are the backgrounds of the team members?
Well, we have both technical backgrounds in the technology development and also into commercial development as well. So we try to expand this on all specters.
Right, thank you so much.
Cool.
Time
Thank
is
you.
up. Let's give it up. Judges, you've got 1 minute. All right, 1 minute is up. Let's call our next pitcher on stage, Fevni.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I represent to you Fabni, which mean in Arabic is the order to build. I'm Dr. Mona Simbawa, the founder. Facts. Imagine that everyone in this room wears part of the problem, including me. Yes, our clothes, as fabric become the second large source of pollution globally, and it reached 180 million tons, which equal this exhibition center multiplied by 150, which are dumped in landfill or getting burned. So we were eager to create an impactful action, from managing the textile waste to recycle it without using chemical, water consumption or CO2 emission to produce a valuable product with long lifespan, valuable economically and environmentally. And we did, which is insulation. This process and the line of manufacturing, we have a patent of innovation on it, and it is eco-friendly in all its phases and saves millions annually. In the market, there is different insulation, and it's mainly used in construction. And each one of the products serve one type of insulation with different price and different properties. But if BNI, future building neutral insulation, we serve all type of insulation, thermal, sound, waterproof, and the added value that we can merge all the three in one with better quality and competitive price. Luckily, the size of the market is huge and it grows significantly. Globally, it reached and exceed $170 billion. And locally, it is exceed like 5 billion, and we aim for just 2% from the obtainable market that equal 88 million. We are proud that we have many strategic great partnerships, and we are thrilled to serve these customers. Our business model is easy, marketplace, and direct sale, and we built our revenue on average scenario of growth and risk. We began since 2023, and we are thriving, and the best is yet to come. This is the team, your humble, innovative, the manager Abdullah, the industrial Amir, and the scientist Hadil Al-Subhi. Some of our achievement, and thank you. Let's build it together.
All right, let's build it together. 2 minutes for the judges.
Right. So typically, recycling is a very capital-intensive project to begin with. I mean, how do you see your capital requirements?
I couldn't hear the
Sure,
question.
I'll repeat. So if you are into recycling business, you need a lot of capital to set up your own facilities and whatnot. From your perspective, how do you see the business model? Do you require tens of millions of dollars to have your own facility, or are you more into technology licensing?
Yeah, so you're talking about the space of the raw material?
Yeah.
A raw material?
Yeah, exactly, which I assume is your business, right?
Yeah, so the raw material, we can get it from different places. Like we can get it from many companies in Dubai, and we can get it also here for free from the charity. And also there is like a lot of people that donating the clothes, and we can buy it from them and then sorting it, and we take the not good from it and we recycle it, and the other one we give it to the charity to give it to the people.
What are the economics on that?
كيف?
The economics, what is the unit economics on it? Like,
Yeah.
you get a ton of material, how much is the cost of transportation?
Yeah.
How much is the cost to process it? How much can you sell it for?
Yeah, there is many quotation that we have until now, and one of the quotation is $30 for the ton of polyester. So it is like, we can get it for cheap, and we can get it also for free, and we have strategic ship sooner with MIWA that here in Saudi Arabia.
Just quick question. Part of the achievement you've mentioned that you grant a patent. Could you elaborate on this? Is it in the process or in the technology itself?
In the line production, the production line from the beginning to the end.
So the process. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Time is up. Thank you, doctor. 1 minute for judging and scoring. All right, back to stage. Calling Saarey on stage, please.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Farhan. I'm the founder and CEO at award-winning Saarey. I believe South Asian classical music is incredible and the world needs to have access to it. I've grown up listening to the genre. I've been working in it for 17 years. My family has been a patron of it for 64 years, and I'm the first non-artist Pakistani to make it to the Grammys. A few years ago, I couldn't find good quality content online. I was really surprised how that's possible in a world where you have YouTube and Spotify that are supposed to have everything. Turns out there are 250 million people in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, the US, the UK, and Saudi in the Middle East who love South Asian classical music but do not have easy access to it. Here's a sample of what it sounds like. This $100 billion market is rapidly growing on Spotify alone with its limited low-quality content. The consumption of the genre grew by 500% in the last 2 years. So at Saarey, we are building the platform that provides easy access to the world of South Asian classical music. The first part of this is our award-winning, now world's leading and fastest growing audio streaming service, where we have exclusive content and we've designed it for the nuances of the culture. Now we've secured exclusive rights to 85 to 90% of all Pakistani classical music. We've reimagined the business model where industry margins are 25 to 30%, our margins are 91%. In the last year, we grew another 270% to 1.4 million unique monthly active users, and Harvard and other universities have added us to their library to complement their in-class teaching and research. Last month, our consumer revenues grew by 41% month on month. Our CLV to CAC is 21x. We have a very low monthly churn of 4%, and our cohorts retention into month 12 is exceptional. It is consistently above 45%. Now, amongst other awards, this year we have Fast Company's #9 most innovative in Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Now we're different because we have exclusive content and we are specialists in the genre. Our closest competitors, who are also specialists in South Asian classical music, have non-exclusive content. And then as we move into the generalists, Apple, YouTube, and Spotify actually complements what we're doing. Now Apple, despite having a generalist streaming service in Apple Music, last year launched Apple Music Classical, which focuses on Western classical music because they recognize that there are certain genres that can only be delivered in a specialized experience. My co-founding team includes Devin, who's a serial entrepreneur, and Nick, who was a subscription manager at Spotify. We are backed by amazing global investors, including Goodwater, who were early investors in Spotify. Now, in the future, we will become the go-to destination for everything and everything South Asian music, South Asian classical music. Now, based on our bottom-up database projections, we will have 200 million in revenues in 5 years, and this happens to be at 2% of the market. We're raising £3 million for our seed round, and this will get us to 1.7 million in annual recurring revenues.
Thank you. Judges,
Thank you
2
very
minutes.
much.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. So, in terms of royalty for an exclusive right, the model that been worked with, with like Spotify and others, is sharing revenue, right? How you manage to get the exclusive rights, and is that will protect you for a longer period? Like if tomorrow Spotify and Apple will come and they will take the rights from you.
Great question. So we have a legal contract with the bulk of our music for another 22 years. Now, to give some context before directly answering that question, South Asian classical music is more like improvisational jazz in the West. So there's an underlying composition which is hundreds, if not thousands of years old, and artists will improvise on that when they perform live. So live, 90 to 95% of all music comes from live events. It's produced at live events. So this organization in Lahore, called the All Pakistan Music Conference, has been hosting a concert of music in a 5-day annual festival since 1959. And they were recording it and putting it away in its archives to collect dust. I managed to convince a 25-member executive committee this is an incredibly important part of our culture and we need to start sharing this with the world. It helped that my grandfather had started that organization. My mother still runs it. I'm a part of that executive committee, which is why I knew the content existed in the first place. So that's how we have the defensibility of the content.
Any other genres that may have this similar unmet need?
Lots. I was in LA just 2 weeks ago, and we had one investor who said, can you add Mongolian classical music? One said, can you add Vietnamese classical music? So there are lots of more genres which are underserved, underrepresented, and yes, we are looking to eventually expand into other underserved genres as well.
What's your ARR? What's your ARR?
Well, I don't think you're going to
ARR?
catch that question, Judge. It's too late. Thank you so much.
Answered it.
All right. 1 minute for judging and scoring. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Porte.
Today, we expect everything in one click. Taxi, food, book a hotel, but in the hotel, we need to wait in line to check in, order food by calling, and struggle with language barriers. The largest hotel chains understand this struggle. For example, Hilton spent more than $500 million to solve it. Marriott, with their app, increased their number of orders by 15% and every check by 25%. But most of the hotels, even the big ones, cannot afford to provide same customer experience. Introducing Porte, a digital concierge platform. Without the need to change existing hardware, systems, or processes, hotels can offer their guests direct access to online check-in and check-out, food and amenities ordering, and so much more. Due to background of our team, we secured closed APIs with lock providers and can integrate into any hotel or restaurant system. This is a review that brought us first contract in Saudi Arabia. The non-Arabic non-Arabic customer, he actually has only one negative thing. Its staff doesn't understand English, and the score is 5. An Arabic-speaking customer has a lot of negative comments, but as staff understands him, he scores 9. Other clients, we increased reviews by 7%, and the only thing they needed is online check-in. Same client, 33% increase in revenue of the restaurant. We reduce reception workloads, improve customer retention, but the real moneymaker is our commission model that allows us to grow as number of services grows. We charge subscription per digital key, but the real moneymaker is commission model that allows us to grow. Our first markets, Central Asia and Saudi Arabia, were $7 billion, and with Saudi Arabia plan to become a worldwide leader in hospitality, they're hosting Expo, FIFA, building 7 new cities. In less than a year, we signed 3-year contracts with 12 hotel chains and reached over $700,000 in annual run rates. And this is just the beginning. This 12 chains gives us direct access to 5,000 hotels. I'm Aidana. Together with my team, we scaled our previous startup to 20+ countries. And now we're unlocking better experience for every hotel.
All right, judges.
Regarding the concierge and the sales, like you mentioned, you would be having a unified experience for all through the chains, or you're going to customize it depends on the main brands, you know?
It is actually hotels that connected to us. It's only they're using Porte app. And when you come to the hotel or when you book it, we know your email and give you direct access to digital key, online check-in, etc. So it's one app for every other hotel.
What about the security? You know, like with the whole, cybersecurity thing and like hotels, how do you win their trust?
Yeah, it's actually not that hard because we're not taking the name and surnames, we're taking the email and everything that customer gives up. And we're not making it like, we're making it on a cloud. In Saudi Arabia, it's in Saudi Arabia, in Kazakhstan, and in Kazakhstan, and Kyrgyzstan, and in Kyrgyzstan.
Okay, a quick question. Probably you're using NFC to unlock the doors through the
NFC
digital.
and Bluetooth, yeah.
Okay. And do you need like a special requirement to access certain doors? Because like some brands that probably they're not available with you. Because you mentioned like every brand, every access.
Yeah, we integrate it into 12 locks, and it's almost 80% of every hotel. The only time they need to change the hardware, it's when they have traditional keys. So yeah, then locks are changed.
And it works in Apple and
yes,
Android.
in Apple, Samsung, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
you. Let's give it up. 1 minute for judging and scoring, and we're moving on with Neptune. All right. A hand clap for Neptune.
Hi everyone. Have you ever tried to play a music instrument and it was so boring that you gave up? In Neptune, we're revolutionizing music learning in our gamified digital platform. I'm Ilyas, CEO and co-founder of Neptune, where we create happy musicians who spread joy. 50% of the kids just get so bored of playing and learning an instrument and they give up. While they are playing an instrument, they're not aware of their mistakes, which leads to wrong learning and wrong posture, which ends up 70% of the time with physical problems. Also, not every family has access to music education. In our fully gamified digital platform, we teach how to play music instruments with an AI mentor that is an avatar creation of the child. For example, I can be an astronaut in space while I am playing my violin. So basically, we correct posture, technique, and holding of an instrument with visual analysis through camera, correlated with sound analysis in our gamified platform, and give real-time instant feedback with AI. We have a subscription model we're selling to schools, corporates, and individuals. And our serviceable, obtainable market is valued at $1.9 billion of ARR. Currently, our competitors are fully focused on adults, and none of them corrects posture, technique, or holding of an instrument with visual analysis, where we do, and they're only focused on B2C sales. We have 6 pilot schools, our MVP built, and we have 300 users in our waitlist. Currently, we are testing and improving our product. Next year, we'll be launching our adult version, expanding our age group. In our all-star team, we have top AI developers, musicians. We also have our own music school. I'm an ex-lawyer and ex-head of expansion of B-Rover, where my co-founder is a musician who has her own music school. Currently, we're raising $1 million of our fund for our growth to reach our revenue goal of $33 million of revenue by 2029. At Neptune, we create happy musicians all over the world in our digital musician factory. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, Neptune. You have 20 seconds left, but okay, we'll keep it to the judges.
Do you have IP around your algorithms?
Yeah, currently we are applying for a patent.
Okay. And is the feedback written or spoken? And can you handle
Both,
multiple languages?
with signs and also spoken. Yeah, in a child language.
Have you raised money in the past, and are you backed by any VCs?
Yeah, we raised $400K from Fraunhofer Institute.
It's a subscription model, right?
It's a subscription model,
so
mobile app.
B2C, or you would go to B2B, like for like the
Schools.
educations and schools.
Yeah, we sell to schools, corporates, and also B2C. Yeah.
So what would you need the money for?
But it will be spent for our growth, team growth, product building further, and our expansion.
You spoke about your roadmap. You said you want to go from kids to adults. How do you see it going forward? I mean, what's the roadmap longer term for the next 5 years or so?
For the next 5 years, product roadmap? Or we'll be also integrating into VR and into the Apple glasses as well. So it has a long product journey that'll be integrated with more VR and AR developments.
Do you have any feedback from early testing?
Yeah, actually, it accelerates the learning by 40–50% currently that we're testing in the schools. We have 6 pilot schools in Ireland and in Turkey. And yeah, that's the feedback we're receiving.
What are the instruments? You mentioned 7.
So basically, we started with violin and piano, and we can actually able to teach any instruments that fits into this profile because it will be through camera visual analysis. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I would love to ask if these come in different languages, but we'll see. Thank you, Neptune. Don't answer. Don't answer. All right. 1 minute for judges. All right, thank you, judges. Recover on stage now, please.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Himanshu Bhatia. I'm a physician scientist and the CEO and founder of Recover Healthcare. I'm thrilled to introduce our revolutionary point-of-care diagnostics platform that has the power to transform maternal health. At 37 weeks pregnant, one of my patients, overjoyed as she was shopping for baby's toys in anticipation of her little one's arrival, but suddenly she felt no movement and was rushed to the hospital. She heard the unthinkable that her baby was gone. Little did she know that she had a condition called as preeclampsia. The toy that she had chosen now rests beside her baby's grave. Preeclampsia is a condition characterized by persistent high blood pressure and end organ damage. It's one of the leading causes of deaths in pregnancies. But still, if you've not heard of preeclampsia, just like my patient, it's not surprising. In spite of it being such a deadly condition, it remains highly underdiagnosed and undertreated. And that's because the conventional and age-old method of diagnosing preeclampsia, which include screening for blood pressure and urinary protein, are highly unreliable and inaccurate. At Recover Healthcare, we have a revolutionary product that's both high accuracy, low cost, and is very easy to scale. Just like a glucometer, a small drop of blood can make the screening of preeclampsia easily accessible to providers worldwide. Our solution is scientifically proven, and we have multiple patents granted on it. This is the first device of its kind that uses fiber optic cable for biomarker detection. We are targeting hospitals and medical device distributors with a highly attractive price of under $50 per test, generating a recurring revenue model for us. We recently oversubscribed to our Series A, and we also won 2 NIH awards, further validating our technology. We're also backed by leading institutional ventures. We're not raising money at the moment, but we're open to partnerships to anything that can help quickly deliver this product to the masses. We have a stellar team of scientists and engineers who are dedicated to the mission to improve access to life-saving diagnostics to the masses, because toys belong to babies' hands and not by their graves. Join us in our vision where accurate diagnosis saves millions of lives. Thank you.
All right. Judges, 2 minutes.
Any chance to make this a home test or monitoring system in the future?
This test is better suited for a doctor's office because a doctor can basically then monitor and kind of take control of once a preeclampsia is diagnosed. But because this is a platform technology, we're looking at other markers and other areas where this can potentially become a at-home test. Thanks for your question.
Do you need FDA approval, and if so, where are you on the roadmap?
Yeah, great question. In fact, we started with marijuana testing as our first use case in the US, and that's because we do not need any FDA approval for that. And we are about to launch in the next few months with that use case. With that done and the platform developed, we will be able to evolve into preeclampsia where we would need an FDA approval, and that's going to take, once all the studies are done, about 6 months of process. Also very happy to report that we recently published a paper showing 11 positive and 11 negative patients 100% differentiated using our technology.
So you currently filed the patents for 35 countries. So you're still not in the market, correct?
No, we are not in the market, but we are getting out in the next few months. In fact, I have our prototype ready. We are going through our manufacturing process.
Thank you.
What is the cost for the test?
So right now, our cost is under $20, under $25 actually. But as we scale up, it's expected to come down to around $10 to $15.
So what is your marketing strategy to the doctors to
the margins you said?
Yeah, like for the doctors, like
yeah,
for the clinics.
So around 60% margin at the moment. And then we have the reusable device, which is right now costing around $1,500, but again, will come down under $1,000 as we scale up the technology.
All right, time is up. Thank you so much. 1 minute for judging and scoring. done with the 1 minute. Please, I would like to call our next pitch on stage, Shukran. And 3 minutes to go.
Hello everyone, my name is Madenge, co-founder at Shukran. So this is Shukran, and we believe that tipping changes lives, and we're from Kenya. So as I said, my name is Madenge Awero, co-founder and CEO at Shukran. At Shukran, we believe that an equitable world is a better world, and that's why we're building Shukran, a digital tipping and financial services platform that grows incomes and financial inclusion among service workers in Africa's hospitality industry. The tourism and hospitality sector is a power sector in Africa. It contributes about $186 billion to our GDP and welcomes over 84 million international tourists every year. But unfortunately, there's a problem. There's an income disparity gap between African service workers who earn up to $250 per month and American service workers who earn up to $2,000 per month. In fact, the key difference here is tips, where American service workers earn 10 times more in tips than their African counterparts, simply by having standardized tipping culture, practices, and mechanisms. Because African service workers earn very little, they tend to be unbanked, where 45% of service workers have no bank account, where 62% of them cite earning low incomes as the main reason why. Therefore, out of 25 million service workers on the African continent, 11 million of them do not have a bank account. This is over $33 billion in deposits that's unaccounted for in the formal financial system. This means that they have limited access to financial services, such as savings, investments, credit, basically the tools to become financially empowered. And that's why we're building Shukran, a digital tipping and financial services platform that digitizes tipping, allowing them to receive more tips. And with this extra income, they can save and invest to become financially empowered. This is how the product works. You go to an establishment, you find a QR code, and you basically scan it. No app required. You go to a web page, you select the amount, the currency, you select the payment method, either mobile money or card, and lastly, you get to tip. It's very simple, and you can download our app to tip anyone, anywhere, at any time, using just their phone number. We've grown fantastically this year, and I'm glad to say that we've hit product market fit. We've grown by over 3,500%, processing over 100K in transactions. This is going to a lot of people right now, and the opportunity to invest is amazing. We're raising about $500,000 for the next 24 months of traction to expand across East Africa. And this will basically help us hit the following goals and to invest in product and go to market. This is the amazing team making it happen. But we're looking to show the power of banking the unbanked. Just like Equity Bank banking unbanked service workers, we're looking to bank service workers 21st century style.
Shukran, shukran. Judges, 2 minutes.
What's your business model?
Transaction fees. So it's a B2B2C model. So basically we onboard hotels and lodges across East Africa, and then we allow the staff to basically receive tips as individuals and groups, and we take a transaction fee off of that.
And what percentage is the transaction fee?
We take 5%.
How would the worker would utilize the money? Or can, like, get it in cash, turn it in cash?
Yes, so they can usually get it, they can withdraw it either to their bank account or to their mobile money account, which is predominantly what's used in East Africa. And they can also decide to save the money. So they can automatically save a certain amount, like 10% into the savings account, which basically is our financial services angle, which we've set up.
So do you need to work with banks directly? So Shukran will be a customer to a bank, or you're going to have a banking license?
So we're working with banks. So we usually utilize the wallet as a service platform that a lot of banks tend to offer. So we actually don't need to be compliant ourselves. We can be compliant through the bank and just basically be a partner of the bank.
And in what countries are you operating right now? You mentioned generally in Africa. So you don't need to fall under certain compliance in terms of country regulation and so on?
No, we are regulated. So yes, we are usually regulated through the Central Bank of Kenya, through our banking partner. But also just in terms of other currencies that we tend to usually offer, we accept over 135 currencies through the bank. And basically, so if you actually decide to come to Kenya for safari, you can actually tip using your card and the staff will actually get it in their preferred currency.
All right. One more time. Shukran to Shukran.
Shukran.
1 minute for judging and scoring. And shukran to our judges who are spending their time, their efforts to bring out the best out of these companies and startups coming on stage at EWC 2024 here at BBAN. All right, thank you, judges. Let's go to space with SpaceMap.
Satellites need a map to fly safe. We develop satellites maps to the galaxy. Today, I want to talk about 42 Talks, a real-time platform for space industrial revolution. 3 years ago, Space News reported a close approach between Starlink satellite and the OneWeb satellite. U.S. Space Force reported a high-risk collision between these satellites, and Starlink had a different opinion, and OneWeb had to work around to avoid the collision. They used emails and phone calls, and now, after 3 years ago, surprisingly enough, nothing has changed. Satellite operators still use only emails and phone calls, and we should do better than this. We need to do better than this because we use platforms to order even pizzas. And this is why I introduced 42 Talks, the virtual meeting platform for space. With this platform, Elon Musk and Neil Masterson can communicate on the fly. This is the system. With standard features of a platform like Zoom, it has a digital twin of the universe. The participant can share the digital twin of the space situational awareness, the graphical visualization, synchronized. And the key technology here is the real-time conjunction assessment and collision avoidance. With this technology, the satellite operators can negotiate different opinions on the fly. And this real-time technology is not available in current commercial systems. It will be very important because the space catalog size will increase very, very fast in future. And the business model, our business model is a platform for space. The safety for collisions and optimization for constellations belong to B2B and the B2G segment. And we envision even larger market of B2C and C2C markets. Average, the size will increase about 10% a year. Our company is based on the strong support from the US.
All right, thank you so much. I have to cut you off. 2 minutes for the judges.
You showed customers and partners. Are they actually customers? Do you have any revenue?
Excuse me?
Do you have revenue?
Oh, yes, we do. We have a revenue a little less than $5 million in the last 2 years. And even if the company is founded 3 years ago, the revenue is from the research institute and private the customers subscription-based. Yeah. And we have, we counted the visitors last month, October, from 58 countries and over 6,000 calls for APIs about these conjunctions, which is a significant number because this is not commercial product, the consumer product.
Can you tell us a bit about the team?
Excuse me?
About your team, who brings the space technology sort of experience and digital twins?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, about your team. Who is the person who is bringing the digital twin and the space technology experience? From within your team, who has that experience?
We have the experts for the space the technology, yes. Yeah. But mostly we are software developers. Actually, we are very deeply involved in the U.S. Space Force. We have a mission collaboration going on with the Space Force. Yeah.
So was this a specific ask from satellite operators, or are you pushing this solution to them?
We can provide a solution to the specific customers, and we also have a SaaS service to ordinary users too. Yeah.
All right, thank you, SpaceMap.
Okay, thank you.
1 minute for judging and scoring. All right, thank you, judges. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a 10-minute networking break and we'll be back at this stage. Please don't be late. Shukran. Going to start with our first pitch after the break. Please welcome Tuto.
Hi, my name is Nkosi Nati from South Africa, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Tuto. Tuto is on a mission to advance financial inclusion and literacy through education. There are 1.2 billion people between the ages of 15 and 24. 50% remain unbanked, and for those that are banked, only 36% can confidently understand their bank statements, highlighting the need for financial literacy. Fortunately, the vast majority of this population are currently in school, presenting a unique opportunity for us to collectively address this problem. So the question is, how do we solve for financial exclusion and illiteracy through schools? The answer is recognition and rewards. Why? Because recognition and rewards has got the closest relation to money. However, recognition and rewards in schools is broken, with schools only focusing on recognizing and rewarding top-performing students, leaving out positively progressing students in lower percentages, creating an environment that is biased, demotivating, and exclusive. Tuto is changing this. We are a patent-pending platform that partners with schools, banks, and parents to reward students' academic progress with Tuto coins, a digital currency funded by parents using fiat at the 1:1 conversion rate. And unlike traditional school rewards that recognize top performers, Tuto celebrates personal improvement at all levels. So when students improve their school-based performance or complete intervention work using Tutor, they earn Tuto coins, real money that they can use to spend, save, and invest through their linked bank accounts. And our gamified AI-assisted FQ score analyzes the students' transactions to help them build positive financial behavior. Tuto is an award-winning startup, having won 4 startup competitions in South Africa. We have a signed LOI with Resolute, unlocking access to over 500 schools and 300,000 students. And we have received an exclusive request for proposal from the 2nd largest contact university in South Africa. So how we make our money is through a B2B2C model, where we start by forming commercial partnerships with schools and banks, and we capture value from parents and students through subscriptions, interest from deposits, and fees from transactions, translating into our total revenue being between 15 to 25% of total deposits. So this means that an annual deposit of $100, capturing just 1% of the available market, secures us unicorn status. With that said, it is our vision to become a globally recognized solution for advancing digital financial inclusion and literacy amongst the youth. And we intend on achieving this vision by leveraging South Africa's 2025 G20 presidency in order to timely launch to consumers, highlight impact, and reach other G20 members through the GPFI and AFI. And the team that is execution on this vision, we are a team of entrepreneurs and skilled professionals, backed by advisors with a wealth of experience in banking and education. And with regards to our ask, it's $200,000 in the form of a safe, and this will be used to help us go to market and ensure that we have a scalable platform that can integrate into early LSM and banks. Thank you.
All right on time. Thank you so much. Judges.
What's your current AUM or transaction volume?
Okay, so we haven't currently launched. We're planning on launching next year. So a lot of our time this year was spent on talking to banks to ensure that we have the regulatory compliance that will allow us to go to market. But we have a pipeline of clients such as Resolute Education, and we'll be starting with that particular that particular pilot next year, 2025.
And what countries will you be in?
Okay, we're going to start our pilots in South Africa.
And do you need a banking license to do this?
No, we don't need a banking license. So what we do is that we work with banks and we use their regulatory compliance in order for us to be able to make sure that the product reaches students.
You're working definitely like with the B2B, and you're actually having the students sign up, or how are they going to sign up in the application? application?
Okay, so we integrate with schools, so we plug into the schools' learner management systems, and once we have done that, then we communicate with parents and students so that they can download the platform, and that is how they get started. So the platform captures the students' performance from their school-based activities, and based off of that, they're able to be rewarded for their personal progressive performance using that particular digital currency.
So the fund is coming through the school or through...
Okay, so the Tuto coins are funded by parents. So parents actually use fiat in order to buy Tuto coins for their children. And this allows us to provide students with that ability to earn those tokens.
You mentioned you're filing a patent for your product.
Yes, so we have
Could
received...
you elaborate on this, please?
Okay, we have received positive written opinion from the World Intellectual Property Organization, and we'll be going into our national phases next year, April.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sticking to the time. All right, 1 minute for judging and scoring. All right, thank you so much. Ruka on stage now. Thank you.
I am Carmen Paredes, CEO and founder of Ruka. Did you know that 20 million tons of residual sludge are generated each year all around the world? That's like 11 Riyadh conference centers in which we are right now. And you know, this place is huge. And why this sludge is such a big problem? It actually is like dirty mud. It's generated by almost every industry that makes some type of good. And it's normally considered a waste, but it can actually be a very useful resource for another industry. For example, the construction industry responsible of 37% of the CO2 emissions all around the world is constantly looking for greener solutions. That's how Ruka was born. We actually transform residual sludge into sustainable construction materials. With Ruka, everybody wins. We actually help the generators of industrial sludge to give a final disposition with a purpose to the recycled waste. Also, the local brick manufacturers have a steady job. And of course, the construction industry have a supply of more sustainable construction materials. By adding 20% of sludge to the mix, we can make the final product lighter, use less water, use less natural resources, and it actually looks like a normal brick. By doing this, we tackle SDGs 6, 11, and 12. We have two main revenue streams. One is charging a fee for the final disposition of this sludge to the industries. The other one is the sale of the products to the construction industry. As you may see, both the circular economy sector and the construction sector are growing and expected to be worth trillions of dollars by 2030. We have significant milestones along our way and partners that believe in us. We went from idea to an MVP. Right now, we are doing the pilot and about to launch. And we're expecting revenues and growth by 2025 and 2026. All this has been possible thanks to the amazing team and advisors that are working alongside me and have the same vision of making a positive impact into the world. Right now, we're looking for key partnerships that can help us grow, expand, and also research and development to help even improve even more our final product. So what you're looking for is to make history in the world. So we invite you all to
help us build a more sustainable future. Thank you very much.
Will the current brick manufacturers need to install any additional capital or implement any new processes or raw materials in order to incorporate the sludge into their brick?
No, right now it's like the process is we need like a space for the sludge to be in the environment, like for a day for it to be dried, and then it is incorporated to the mix like a normally.
Yeah, so you work with local bricks manufacturers.
Correct.
I wonder what is your technology, what is your innovation in the entire process?
We actually are, and we connect different industries. We are like connectors of different industries that normally don't talk to each other. We connect like this waste to the brick manufacturers, and then we sell the final product to the construction industry. This is so innovative that like even some ministries don't know how to deal with the sludge. It's not even regulated.
So how would you scale your project? Like if you say you're raising fund right now.
Yeah, the model is very scalable because we work like partnerships. We are actually in charge of all the logistics of making the partnerships with the industries that generate the sludge, making the partnerships with the industry that make the bricks, and then sell the final product. We are all about logistics, so that's how it's scalable very easily, and cheap also.
Is the product live? Do you have revenue?
What?
Do you have revenue?
No, yet. We are about to launch. Yes. Any other questions?
And the unit economics of it?
And
economics?
In economics, what? Sorry.
How much do you make? How much?
Time is out.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I was testing your... all right.
Oh,
but you
okay.
passed. You passed. You're good. Let's give it up
Thank
for
you.
her, please. All right. Thank you, judges. Let's please stick to the time. Thank you. 1 minute for judging and scoring. All right, let's call on our next pitch, please. On stage, Invicta.
Hi, my name is Eden, and I'm the founder CEO of Invicta. 2017 marked Africa's worst refugee crisis. More than 2 million South Sudanese refugees fled to neighboring countries. At the time, I took a gap year in a refugee camp to understand the core needs and challenges of refugees, which is access to jobs and access to the labor market, which basically means that refugees have skills, but they lack the opportunities. Unsurprisingly, this is a global problem. More than 130 million people have been forcibly displaced worldwide, and 82 million people are hosted in developing countries like Ethiopia, where economic opportunities are severely limited. That's where we come in. We are Invicta, an award-winning digital platform connecting refugees in their host countries to remote job opportunities globally. Our mission statement, our purpose, is to achieve faster economic growth and poverty reduction for millions of marginalized refugees. We have a simple 5-step business model where we assess the skills and talents of refugees, select and train suitable candidates, give them orientation of their host companies, and then pair them with global companies for remote-based projects. We have 3 pricing packages for employers where we monetize by taking a 15% placement fee. But that's not the only way we monetize. We also have subscription to our recruitment platform, sponsorships, and paid apprenticeships. We have a mobile application for refugees where they can access jobs, webinars, trainings, and more. We also have a bilingual edtech platform for refugees, and for companies, we have a subscription-based recruitment platform. Since launch, more than 40,000 refugees have enrolled in our global community. We're across 96 countries around the world. More than 120 companies are hiring with us, and these are just some of the big brands that we work with. But I just threw some big numbers at you, but what does that actually mean? These are the most common skill sets in our platform right now, and as we all know, these are the most in-demand skills within the global gig economy, which is currently valued at $500 billion. To launch, more than 3,400 refugees have found jobs through our platform, and more than 9,000 refugees have been trained and educated through our e-learning platform. In comparison with our competitors out there, we offer an all-in-one solution for refugees and for companies, and we are fully remote. We are a global team built to scale, 4 founders representing 4 regions of the world, 2 of whom are former refugees. We have worked more than 30 years in the gig economy. We have received a public endorsement from Bill Gates, from Google, from African Union, UNHCR, host governments, and also 5-star testimonials from our corporate clients. We have an extensive partnership network where we work with organizations such as these for scalability, for sourcing, training, and resources. By next year, we hope to help 5,000 refugees find jobs through our platform. By 2030, we hope to be operating in almost every country in the world. And by 2050, we hope to help 1 million refugees boost their economic potential. We're seeking $300,000 for product development, operational expenses, and key staff as we scale. Thank you.
All right, thank you for sticking to the time. Judges, you've got 2 minutes, please. Thank you.
I'm going to start with your numbers over there. Why you set the prices for the hours per freelancer, I would say.
Yes. How do we set it?
Why you set it like in a fixed amount?
So we use comparisons with other platforms out there, such as Fiverr and Upwork, which are most in demand, used by freelancers and companies. And we wanted to offer a competitive edge for companies, which means we looked at the market rate and we wanted to offer a price that was more competitive advantage to competitive advantage to companies, which is something that's not too high or too low, which is fair for refugees, so that they can secure a fair wage job. Yeah,
just my understanding that you have fixed fee per hour, correct?
Yes.
Like in the comparison with the platforms you mentioned, they get the user to choose the price per hour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we offer most of the refugees work in high growth sectors such as engineering, programming, design, and so on. Per hour, these big companies and consulting companies will charge maybe $160, $170 per hour, but ours is much competitive. We offer the same skills and talents that these big companies offer, but we offer it for a competitive rate to companies.
Are these refugees making more than the people are in the countries they're in?
They're earning the same amount.
Are you profitable yet?
Yes, we are. Our MRR is $8,500.
And how do you onboard your participating companies?
We have a client acquisition manager and a client acquisition team as well that go through the onboarding process. The companies have 2 options, either to hire directly with us or to leverage our platform and to use their own HR team. So they can choose.
All right, 5 more seconds. 2, 1, we're done. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, judges. 1 minute for judging and scoring. All right, thank you, judges. All right, next up, Yumari.
Hello, everyone. My name is Andres from Mexico, and I'm one of the co-founders in Yumari, the platform that is shaping the future for cross-border contract manufacturing. And I don't need to tell you guys, you know, the world of global trade right now is crazy. I mean, it is the scariest thing to have your business depend on importing, well, anything. And if that anything is coming from across the other side of the world, well, then forget it. I'm talking pirates in Yemen stealing your cargo, and geopolitical conflicts in China, and Trump increasing trade tariffs. I mean, it is time to start de-risking supply chains and focusing on regional manufacturing hubs, which is why we're building Yumari, the first platform that leverages AI technology and our own proprietary data to connect businesses with the most relevant regional manufacturers. We take care of sourcing, product development, sampling, manufacturing, and end-to-end logistics. In one simple dashboard, businesses can manage their whole supply chain. Even if they're manufacturing different products in different countries, in different factories, they can all see it in one place. We've trained an AI model so you can tell us what you need to manufacture, when you need it by, how much you want to pay for it, and how many products you need to make. We'll take care of the rest. From a concept to a customized manufactured product in your warehouse. Right now, we've launched in the Americas, because I don't know if you know it, but even though the manufacturing trade value of only consumer products, which is what we're working on right now, is worth well over $250 billion, there's not one single B2B platform connecting businesses in this region, but we plan on expanding to the whole world, creating regional manufacturing hubs. We don't charge any fees to our manufacturers. Instead, we have a transactional business model where we have about 25% of gross margin on every transaction, and we will be introducing financial services next quarter. I haven't been doing this for seconds. I've been doing this my whole life. I've been trying to create regional manufacturing chains. I actually led Alibaba.com's operations in Latin America, and I stole from Alibaba Sergio Mace, who's now my COO, and brought Tali Oppenheimer, my CTO, with me to create Yumari. Last year, we raised a pre-seed round of $2 million. We launched an MVP in October. That same month, we became cash flow positive, and we now have 46 businesses in North America that are manufacturing through our platform that allowed us to reach 600,000 in annualized sales last month, and we have a clear path towards profitability to reach $3 million by Q1 next year. Our ask is to not have to raise any more capital. If we have $1 million, we can reach $10 million in the next 18 months so we can have profitability, grow our tech team, and focus on our growth. So if you believe that there's a future where supply chains are smarter, more responsible, and more reliable, and more sustainable, please support the growth of Yumari. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you for sticking to the time. Judges, 2 minutes.
How do you onboard your factories or the supply chain itself? Like if you say you want to have factory in China and factory in Latin America, what's the process of onboarding?
So right now, our factories are mostly in Mexico, Colombia, and Peru, and we are helping businesses mostly in North America relocate their supply chains to these factories. We don't want to have a lot of factories. We want to have good factories because our strategy is increasing our share of their capacity of production so that we can actually manipulate their flows of manufacturing. And so we have small, like very few factories that we work with a lot of companies with that project. And so we onboard them, they have a seller dashboard, they receive the request for quotations, and they bid on every single one of the projects.
At times, pure platforms are a bit difficult for them to sort of defend themselves, unless there is very core or proprietary technology. From your perspective, how would you compete with the likes of, say, Alibaba, as you mentioned, and the rest?
I love that you asked that. I'm sorry, I have no my slides. Okay, have you ever been on Alibaba? You search for what you're looking for, and you have 2,000 factories, and then it's your job for the next 8 weeks of your life to go through them and try to figure out which one's real, which one's not, which one's the right for me. So that's what I thought was really silly. If you're telling me exactly what you need, why don't I just tell you the factory that will work for you? That's why we become the supplier of record, the exporter of record, the importer of record, and distributor of record for our clients.
How does this, or does it even need to integrate with established ERP systems like NetSuite or Oracle, for example?
Yeah, so most of the companies that we're working with right now are D2C brands that sell between $150,000 and $350,000 a month. So they actually don't have ERPs, right? These are normally 5-people companies that have reached $350,000 of sales every month, but they don't have a supply chain team, they don't have a sourcing team, and so we are their team.
All right, thank you so much. Judges, you've got 1 minute. All right, time is up. Next up on stage, please, let's welcome Suji.
Hello to everyone, and thank you for being here. My name is Sergio Fernandez, and I am the CEO and co-founder of Suji. We put the focus on this. This residue is just cooking oil. It's a huge environmental and economic problem. 1 liter can contaminate 1,000 liters of water. That is the main cause of the pipe blockages. So why we create? Suji is a smart solution according with the circular economy that can convert this residue into different cleaning products in a way that you never seen before. We will show you in live, with the help of my colleague Sergio, how our technology works. The only thing that we have to do is to put the residue into the magic formula that we patent. Then only we have to shake it. Thank you, Sergio. And let the magic happen. With minimum energy, with big CO2 saving, our method, as you are seeing, is fast, is easy, and is safe. Thank you, Sergio. We work at the intersections of 2 different billion-dollar markets that is growing with revenues over 5% per year. We adapt our technology with to the different channels in the world. For the B2C channel, we offer the option to make your own cleaning products at home. And for the business-to-business model, we have 2 options: an on-site recycling, an on-site recollection of the used cooking oil, and an on-site recycling device, and a door-to-door collection of the used cooking oil. We offer big opportunities for different actors in our value chain. And we have some competitors. The main competitor is the biodiesel. But we are greener and more profitable than this one. With 1 liter of residue, we can produce 3 liters of different eco-cleaners. We have a qualified and amazing team to achieve our goals. And we have won some awards in Europe, like the Seal of Excellence of the European Commission. We are patenting our method in 45 countries around the world. The next steps is continue improving, to keep innovating, and to launch the business-to-business model in January 2025. We want to replicate it in Indonesia, in Colombia, in Chile, and why not in Saudi Arabia. Please, if you join what we do, help us. We can make a big difference for the world. Thank you. Shukran.
All right. Gracias. Buen trabajo. Judges, 2 minutes.
Sorry if I missed it, but is there any option to provide your product as a powder and then mix with the oil and water?
Yeah, thank you. It's a very good question because we did it. We have the patent, but we are not selling that. because it's a kind of protection for everybody if everybody copies, no? But we have the paddle. And it's destined for the machine, for the on-site recycling device, no?
As far as the the ask, so what's your ask, and what is your how are you going to spend it?
Sorry, can you repeat me?
What is your ask for the money?
Yeah.
And what is your plan?
Yeah, we are asking for 2 million in our first financial round. We have obtained a real grant for the European Commission of 800,000 euros that allow us to put the business-to-business model in the market, no? But we are asking for 2 million more.
And then compared to your competitors, do you also compete on the pricing? I mean, we understand you're more green from sustainability perspective, and yield was also high as you described. How about pricing as well?
Thank you. For the competitors, the main competitor is the biodiesel, and we are greener because we have some studies for another entities at universities that allow us to say that, no? But we are now hiring a company to know the quantity exactly of CO2 tons we save with 1 liter of product. We are now in this work because this law will be forced in Spain in the next year, and in Europe.
All right, all right. Time is over. Thank you so much. Give it up, please. 1 minute for judging and scoring. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please call on stage InterContinental Sustainable Racing.
Hello, my name is Valtteri Leitola and I'm from Finland. Esports is huge, but it's missing one of the biggest sports we have, and that's esports of auto racing in its full potential. And the problem is the lack of interest from the great audience. And we are about to change that. The market potential is huge. Esport is topping 2 billion in a couple of years, and 50% of all motorsports fans are gamers every week. Our target from that market is 50 million annually. The solution is to inject action to the existing sim racing. So we take cycling, team racing, team leaders, yellow jerseys, sprinters, and we take that into the pot. Then we take rallycross. It's a contact sport. And next interesting thing is that we need to find new locations. There's hundreds of cities in the world that can ever have a real traditional racing in their city. But with our tracks in the e-racing Super League, we can develop them, esports tourism and continental marketing. The next thing is that we have to inject action from the driver's side. So the physical challenge in the real race car is something that the sim racing don't have. So you have to have belts on because the motions and the forces is totally something else. So we put that into the pot. And all of this is really good use of time, good for youth development, and it's open for everybody. The revenue model is based on any other successful sport around. So marketing is entertainment. That's how it's supposed to be going. We have team, we have the products, we have the licenses, and we have the team to execute this all. Our next step is to go to market on the GCC and the EU region. We have a team to do this. We are looking for 2.5 million, which is split in two. First one is to build the production facilities to start with GCC, and the half goes to the runway of the executing team for 12 to 16 months. Thank you.
All right, judges.
Could you speak a little bit more about the user experience in the pods?
You mean in the simulators?
Yes.
Okay. How it's now, the simulator is designed to give information from the real world driving. Our approach is to take how the driving really feels for the drivers. So the athletic challenge is there with the driving skills. And if you look at from the outside, and we have the simulators here, and we are watching it from outside like esports style, think about what it looks like when the guys are in the belts, they're well fit, they have to be, and then the race starts. So the approach is different. We want to make it athletics. And we have the prototype ready, and it's pretty cool. Can't wait to drive it.
You said the approach is unique and different. How is the technology unique as well?
Excuse me, can't hear that.
About the technology itself, the approach you have taken is unique and different. What is the technology differentiation there?
Oh, the platform where we game. Oh, that's Asento Corsa. We have a pro license, which allows that to use in any commercial way, and we can put our distributed content, the tracks, the advertising, cameras, whatever, and we are about to close the first deal with one of the European capitals within a month. So that's also opens up our cash flow.
All right.
Shukran.
Time is up. Thank you so much. Let's give it up. And 1 minute for judging and scoring. All right. Thank you, judges. Calling on our next pitch, Kumasi Drinks.
Everybody loves chocolate. And almost everybody knows that chocolate is being made from cacao beans. But fewer people know that cacao is actually a fruit that has been wasted for centuries. We at Kumasi, we squeeze that fruit, but not the farmers. Hello, I'm Lars from the Netherlands. I was a documentary maker on national television there, and now all of a sudden I'm a juice maker. My last documentary, namely, was about the cacao industry in West Africa, where 2/3 of all the cacao comes from. Farmers there live in poverty. They simply can't earn enough from the bean alone. So while making this film, I was thinking outside the bean, literally. See, this is a cacao fruit, and outside the cacao beans, you have the very sweet tropical pulp. But this pulp is being wasted because the chocolate industry only is interested in the beans. In West Africa alone, 2 billion liters each year streams into the ground of this delicious juice. So we founded Kumasi, and we wanted to create a market for this. The industry called us crazy. They said, no, cacao is about the beans, but we did anyway. We introduced cacao fruit with the soft drink you have there. You can taste it. I hope you like it. And our consumers do like it, I can say. We are in more than 1,500 locations in the UK, and the Netherlands, of course, Germany, Belgium. And we are growing rapidly now. And that's great, because being commercial and having impact at our company go hand in hand. That's the important thing. We started with 5 farmers and work now with more than 700 farmers in West Africa that earn 30% extra income just because we use this waste product into our drinks. Now we start thinking outside ourselves, because the industry, after 3 years, say, okay, you have a point, and they are investing in us. They are investing us so we can scale up our impact. And that's good to us. So see, this big industry players all investing. We gained 1.7 million of them, all grant money, and looking for 900,000 to grow and to tell anyone.
All right, time is up. Thank you so much, Kak. All right, 2 minutes. Judges.
What organoleptic attributes does your pulp add to the drink? So is it sweetness? Is it texture? Nutrition?
So you have tasted it, and
I will.
Go ahead. So you will taste its tropical sweet taste. So it's real. It's all natural sugars, no added sugars. It's a natural product, and it gives a lot of taste, but also indeed sugar replacement.
And second question, you mentioned 30% extra income.
Yeah.
However, is there extra labor involved? So
No.
what is the
No.
net profit?
So we drive there with mobile presses. We go to the farms, all smallholder farms. We press it. We pay them directly via mobile money. Another competitor talked about that. And we see which farmer gets how much money each year. So we track everything, and we track our impact. Nice thing is, when I'm there, I see villages change because of the extra money.
So how do you position your drink as super natural drink? Is it like energy drink?
Yeah, it's an alternative for your normal soft drink. So it's a craft soft drink. What we see of consumers, they done with Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Fanta, and they want something special, healthy, and with an ethical story.
So you started a few years ago, and you're planning to grow in different markets?
Yeah, we also developing other products like ice creams, dairy, and chocolate fillings. Successfully piloted it, and creating market and also the industry.
All right,
helps
again,
us.
I'm sorry to cut you off twice, but this is what it is. Thank you so much. Let's give it up for him, please. Judges, 1 minute for scoring, and we'll be back with our next pitch. All right, calling our next pitch on InterContinental.
So, hello everybody. First of all, I would like to cordially thank you for the opportunity to be here on behalf of company InterContinental. My name is Emil and I'm the CBO and co-founder of the company. Today, I would like to introduce you to the topic of empowering health with energy. We all agree that the modern day medicine heavily relies on chemicals for resolving different indications, often leading to their overuse and misuse, which can end up in tragic consequences and cause trillions of dollars in losses for the healthcare systems. So what we propose is a paradigm change. Instead of harsh chemicals, use subtle energy provided by our proprietary hybrid plasma technology, combining cold plasma with 5 other different physical stimuli very well established in the field of medicine. This non-invasive approach can be used in pain management, wound and skin care, increasing the speed of regeneration and recovery in both professional and self-care environment. At the moment, the technology is compacted within our Helix wellness device, but potential is much broader. Therefore, we are planning to develop a family of devices, first of which would be Helix Medical, to be released in 2027. We are predominantly aiming for the EU and the MENA market, where we established the market potential at 6,000 units at least in the following 3 years and 600,000 units overall. That being said, we are very well aware that we are entering a very competitive market with a variety of different technologies. But what makes our product unique is the fact that we are combining 6 different physical stimuli into the one device, making it versatile, compact, easy to use, affordable, and what's most important, always within your reach. Our initial business model was selling directly to customers, but now we are establishing stronger business-to-business model by building distribution network and strategic partnerships. We are very proud of the results that our users are giving us as a feedback, namely professional users like hospitals, universities, research institutions, as well as sports associations. I would like to also point out that our users participated at this year's Olympics and Paralympics with great results. The company itself was founded in 2017 with the goal to develop a clinical device, but the lockdowns have steered us towards this always-at-hand solution, for which we received the recognition during the MedTech World in Malta, during the Arab Health Innovate competition in Dubai, and the biggest recognition is the fact that we are standing here before you in Riyadh. The team behind InterContinental has a background in health tech and biomedicine, in engineering, and in business. We also have a strong and continuously growing advisory team, which is supporting us on every step of the way. We are currently raising $600,000 for the scale-up of Helix production, and if we want to make a step towards a medical device, that would require a much steeper investment. With this, I would like to conclude my talk and invite you to join us in bringing your health your way by using pulse over pills. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Judges, 2 minutes.
That's a lot of functional claims that you mentioned
Yep.
there. You also mentioned testimonials, but how else are you substantiating your claims?
Okay, so the technology or the methodology itself is supported by over 40 studies, which we have done on the product predecessors, plus each of the physical stimuli that we are using have been proven medically in multiple or in thousands of studies. Therefore, we can make the claims because we are using the same energy outputs.
So you mentioned that the technology is proprietary. Any chance to patent?
Yes, we have a creation patent, we had a PCT, and we are in the process of applying for the US and the EU patent.
Any other devices, similar devices in the being founded?
So if you think in terms of physiotherapy, then you have multiple devices. But using all of these 6 stimuli into the one device, we haven't found so far the competitor that would be doing this.
So when your key customer is B2B or like the clinics, direct to clinics, or to the hospitals, or do you do the whole?
Okay, so initially we were a startup. So we first started selling to private customers, which makes sense. But now more and more physiotherapists, sports clubs are obtaining our product. Because if you think, if your player gets injured, you can provide him help on the pitch. You don't have to pull him to the hospital immediately. For example, for physiotherapists, it's quite cost effective. You saw the price. You can return it in 1 month of work.
All right,
for
thank
example.
you.
Thank you so much.
Let's please stick to the time. Thank you so much. 1 minute for judging and scoring.
Good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a 10-minute networking break and we'll be back, please. Thank you so much. 10-minute networking break. We'll see you back at the EWC stage. Thank you so much.
Girl Innovation Lab. Please be seated.
Hi, I'm Arani. I'm the co-founder and COO of Ace Girl. We are reinventing the breast pump. Think of a new mother that you know. For her, juggling pumping with work and life is a constant struggle. Current breast pumps are bulky, noisy, uncomfortable, and a logistical nightmare, leading to anxiety and premature abandonment of pumping. Inadequate breastfeeding results into the loss of 600,000 children, 100,000 mothers, and costs the global economy a staggering $341 billion. At Ace Girl, we are creating the first truly wearable breast pump. Our sleek, quiet build allows for mothers to pump anytime, anywhere. We have invented a flange that mimics baby's latch through a suck and suckle function. Upon the completion of our MVP in February of 2025, we will secure a provisional patent to ensure defensibility and a competitive edge in the market, which stands at $3 billion USD and is expected to grow to $7.7 billion by 2030. Capturing 5% of our target market, our penetrative target market, which is mothers that return to work within 6 months, in APAC, Europe, and the US, our projected revenue is at $100 million. APAC's market is the fastest growing market due to increased women in the workforce, as well as government initiatives, a trend that is reflected globally. Saudi Arabia's 2030 vision aimed to increase women's workforce participation from 22% to 30%. We are currently at 35%. We generate revenue through the sale of our product as well as our replacement parts. D2C margins are 39%, whereas B2B margins are at 17% through the sale of retailers, pharmacies, and corporate wellness programs. We have secured angel and other non-dilutive funding. We've established our IP with a medical device partnering program, and we have validated it through user trials. 100% of our user trials have confirmed that our product was far greater in comfort than any other that they've used. After launching we want to raise $1 million and finalize partnerships and then launch in Australia's unregulated market before we expand overseas. Through regulatory approval, our business model can be replicated in various international markets. We'll evolve our business model to include a rental option and a secondary product with a companion app that is scalable. We aim for strategic acquisition like Moxley's acquisition by Modelo. Desiree, our CEO, has scaled companies over $1 billion and has built high-performing teams. I have healthcare background, networks, B2B, B2C sales, and we have a team of engineers, designers to help us build this product. We are requiring capital funding and partnerships. If you would like to help build a healthier future, join us. Thank you.
Do you plan on partnering with hospitals at all to provide your system as a loaner?
Yeah, so when I said that we will include a rental model, it all depends on how we can reuse the product. So what hospitals actually do is there are two different types of breast pumps. You either have your own personal breast pump for like your own self, or you go to the hospital and that's actually passed from patient to patient, and that depends on sterilization. So as we grow, we'll definitely have a rental model to target hospitals. Yeah.
Did you benchmark the profit margin, especially on the B2B side, with the industry averages?
Yeah, we have. So we've even spoken to like distributors, and our COGS is at 20%, and we're keeping it at 20%. So yeah, we've done the research and we've spoken to distributors. These are distributors in Australia, so perhaps it will change as we move to different regions.
Can you share more about the background of the team?
Pardon?
Can you share more about the background of the team?
Of the team, sure. So Desiree is ex-hedge fund. She's our CEO. She's had experience in this product, in this problem firsthand, and she's scaled companies. She's ex-hedge fund. She's amazing at finance. She manages all of our risks. I come from a healthcare background. I've got all the healthcare networks, and I've also done my own business selling unregulated medical products and have made profits. We have engineers, designers, and we have industry mentors in manufacturing, and we've done a lot of programs such as design for manufacturing programs, medtech actuator, medical device commercialization, to really de-risk our business.
And you already have your manufacturer lined up?
No, sorry, no, we don't have them lined up. It will evolve.
And our time is up, unfortunately. Thank you for the judges, and thank you for Ace Girl. 1 minute for judging. And our time is up. Please welcome to the stage Asento Space Technologies. Please give it up.
Envisioned as a company that seeks to inspire people to reach what seems impossible. We're the first new space company in Ecuador, and we look to maximize the equatorial advantages of our country for the space sector. My name is Matias Campos, and after becoming an aerospace engineer and working in the industry in the United States and Europe, I returned home not only to bring space to Ecuador, but to Latin America and the global South. Now, space is more and more important for our lives, allowing us to see Earth from outside to solve problems on Earth. Not only important, but very impactful. The space industry projects to be a 3.5 trillion industry by year 2035. This is due to the increasing amount of satellites in orbit. Currently, we have 10,000 satellites, and with increasing launches, we're going to see 30,000 satellites in orbit by the end of the decade. This means that all these satellites will be producing terabytes of data. And let's face it, oil is not the largest commodity on Earth anymore. It's data. And that is where Asento comes in. Satellite operators worldwide can leverage our ground infrastructure through our proprietary software to download that data that is relevant and impactful for Earth benefits such as defense, urban planning, navigation, climate change. This solves a problem. Traditionally, ground stations have been disappropriately located outside of the equator, even though this region is the best to cover all types of orbits. This minimal coverage presents an opportunity, which our solution, it's the implementation of an equatorial ground station network, with last year having implemented the first equatorial site in Ecuador, this year expanding to Colombia, Canary Islands, and Ghana, and next year completing the belt of equatorial ground stations with further expansions in America, Africa, and Southeast Asia. As far as traction goes, we validated our software and business model with the first commercial space operation of our country. And this year, we finalized our seed round, with which we're building our main hub for our network. And by the next 5 years, we want to be that premier global provider for equatorial space services with Earth applications on the nodes we're expanding to. The journey has had its challenges, but it has been incredibly rewarding with high-tech work, but also with international networking and huge milestones like winning international pitching competitions, signing agreements with established actors, and the tracking of the Ariane 6 rocket from our stations in Ecuador. None of these would be possible without our multidisciplinary team of passionate people that are bringing this industry to our country and our region, and also our trusted advisors, which are seasoned leaders in the industry. During our journey, we're looking to have international collaboration opportunities in the kingdom and worldwide, and customer introductions for our network. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Asento.
Yes.
2 minutes for the judges.
So space technology companies, at times they have, especially when they are operating in the low Earth orbit, they have their own network of ground stations. They're well connected, and they have their own proprietary platform which they offer to different customers. I wonder what is the value proposition here?
Yes, usually satellite operators have their ground stations, but maybe they only have one at their location. This means that the low Earth orbit satellite will pass over that location twice per orbit, and then without a network, you really can't operate. And now with more impactful applications, such as real-time applications, you need the global coverage, including that equatorial that is being lacking.
So what exactly you would be offering to the customers? Would it be a broader network of ground stations?
Yes, so our network is a one-only integration, and the software lets you task the whole ground station with a one-only suite of software. So it really supports and changes the scheme of your operation to something much more manageable.
Understand that you're targeting the equatorial region first, but would there be any advantage to replacing some of the infrastructure that's already established?
Yes, so, well, in the pitch you see our expansion in the equatorial region, which is our focus, but that doesn't mean that we aren't expanding to the polar. For example, we have a station coming up in Sweden and also in Australia. We call them supporting nodes, especially for sun-synchronous orbits that are of polar. Those customers require that as well.
Can you walk us through the economics of it?
Yes, so our business model is we charge per minute of connection of the satellite with our infrastructure on ground.
How many years have you been operating?
We are a 5-year company in February. Thank you very much.
And the time is up. 1 minute for scoring.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, please welcome Yolo Pharma.
It all started as a dream. Now it's real. It's time to introduce the next pharmaceutical blockbuster. Together, at Yolo Pharma, we are developing breakthrough therapies for obesity. Why? Because it is a 21st century pandemic. 2 out of 5 adults suffer this condition, and even Saudi Arabia is in the top 3 countries. It is a major risk factor to develop type 2 diabetes and suffer a heart disease. Our mission is more critical than ever. But let me share a story. While I was in high school, I used to watch Dr. 90210. Maybe you heard about it. I was always surprised by the amount of people that had to undergo high-risk bariatric surgeries. And on the other end, they only had as an alternative changing their lifestyles with a 5% of success. So I knew, and I always asked, why there was no other solution, until Ozempic came into the market. And it obviously crashed it, because there had never been before an effective drug for this huge need. It even transformed the economy of Denmark. At Yolo Pharma, we have developed a safer, unique, and scalable pharmaceutical, MBD1. Here you can see it. Unlike our competitors, thanks to its unique mechanism of action, it doesn't present any of their common side effects, nor appetite inhibition, nor muscle mass loss. Indeed, you can use it in a long-term duration. We raised $7 million, and we efficiently use it to run the first ever clinical study in South America. We are really proud about it, but we are even more happier because we were able to show that MBD1 is safer and have comparable results to our competitors. So what's the next step for Yolo? We are looking for a $14 million Series B to outperform our competitors. We are going to hit 2 main inflection points: a phase 2 to bring more clinical data, and also to establish our global operations. So finally, we can have a major pharma partnership. We have a seasoned executive management team that has the experience to bring into life our vision. As I said, it all started as a dream, but now it's real. Please join us in making a difference. Thank you very much.
All right, judges, please, 2 minutes.
Is your IP, your patent, on the method or the molecule itself?
No, we have a vast pipeline of molecules. We have 60 molecules, and we have patents of composition of matter.
So in comparison to Ozempic, like they have like a course of like it's 1 month usually for like certain 0.5 like and 1. How does it work with your tablet?
Well, our tablet has a different mechanism of action with respect to Ozempic, or the 80% of the market. So we saw comparable results in a 15 days clinical trial, and the body weight reduction is mainly the same as the Ozempic trial.
So basically, do you have to increase the dosage as you go through the...
No, not at all. It is not like Ozempic. You need to take it on a daily basis, and it even has it has, of course, but it doesn't have a rebound effect like Ozempic, for example. Indeed, we can use it in a synergistic manner. That is part of our strategy, to use Ozempic in a lower doses and also our drug, because the synergy represents a huge body weight reduction.
And when do you expect to go with the product, like to commercialize it?
No, the commercialization for us, our business model is after the phase 2, we are planning to do a pharma partnership. So that's the moment when we are going to bring capital into our company so we can keep on developing the library of molecules we have at Yolo Pharma.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. Let's give it up. Judges, thank you. You've got 1 minute for scoring. All right, judges, your time is up now. It's time for the next pitch. Please welcome Bruna AI.
So everyone is talking about saving the world through decarbonization, right? But nobody's talking about the industry that make that possible. If you want an electric car, you need mining. If you want a solar panel, mining. If you want batteries, also mining. But mining is one of the most inefficient industries in the world, and they face two major problems. First, they lose 10% of the recuperation of the mineral due to the variability of the raw material. To put into perspective, if we were accounted for all the minerals that we have in our cell phone, each one will be carry a backpack of 500 kilos of waste material just related to the variability issue. And second, you will not believe this, but right now, they don't know what is the quality of the mineral that is entering into the plant. They take a sample and send it to the lab, but they have to wait hours, even days, to know what was the quality. By then, it's too late. They already used the raw material. So to transform this variability problem into certainty, we developed Bruna. Our artificial intelligence model can predict with 98% of the accuracy what will be the real concentration of the mineral that will arrive into the product plant in the next 12 hours. And that is just the beginning, because also we suggest how to mix the raw material for the stabilization of the process, saving up to $500,000 US in critical inputs. And also, we increase the recuperation of the mineral up to $12 million in just 3 months. We already applied Bruna in molybdenum, iron, gold, copper, sulfur, and silver. And while we are assessed, we have an onboarding fee for the collection of the data our clients already have. And also we have a monthly fee for maintaining the accuracy of the model over the time. We're in Chile, Peru, Mexico, Brazil, and Taiwan. And this variability problem is not just related to mining. We also apply Bruna in aquaculture, agriculture, food, and manufacturing industry. And that gives us a market size of 160 billion for the next 2 years. We already raised 1.6 million for the validation of this product in Latin America. And the next year, we will open our new series for the expansion in North America, Australia, and the Middle East. Finally, I would love to show my team. Me and Ismael, we both the co-founder of Bruna, and you can see a lot of different flags because since the beginning, this company was designed to grow globally. At Bruna, we believe that our sustainable future starts by transforming the way we mine today. Thank you.
All right, thank you for sticking to the time. 2 minutes for judging and scoring. No, 2 minutes for questions.
Would you mind to walk us through the journey, like how would you send the sample and how the software will actually do the
analysis?
Yeah.
Okay. So the industry already have a standard of collection of data. They already have the labs, they already have the process, but they take the samples and then they just discover 2 days before that, oh, okay, that was the quality. We take this same information they already used in the process for build these models. So we don't interrupt the process. We also don't need new hardware or something like that. We just use the same data they already have.
Okay, so it's just like an add-on to the existing software that they have.
Exactly.
So I think you mentioned about 10% losses due to delays in getting this information. How does your technology translate into percent savings over revenue?
The
do you recoup all of it?
Sorry?
Do you recoup all of that 10%?
Not all of it. That is a lot of money, but we are in between 3 and 5%. It depends the mineral, the kind of mineral.
How do you compare the offering with, say, Cobalt and Earth AI, Stratum, and other different players in the market who are mainly focused on AI for mining?
Can you repeat me?
Sure. There are quite a few other players who are claiming that they do exactly what you are doing. How do you compete with them? Who's your closest competitor, per se?
That is a very good question. We have a lot of different players that are very similar, but we already used these models in the past 7 years. So the accuracy that we have is amazing.
All right, time is up. Thank you so much. 1 minute for judging and scoring. We're moving on to our next pitch. All right, ladies and gentlemen, calling our next pitch on stage, Tech AI.
Assalamualaikum everyone, my name is Mustafa Yılmaz and I am here to offer you a revenue model while we are saving our world. Let me talk about the problem. Today, street lights, nearly 100 technologies and consume energy and carbon emissions are killing our economies. But till now, we just provide the world's most advanced light control technology. Array that provides proactive lighting needed by vehicles and pedestrians. They will intelligently turn it on when it's needed. After that, it goes to power save to save cities' energy costs and extent of life of equipment. In this way, energy is consumed as needed. But it is more than the controller. Our technology uses the deep learning technologies. How much cars are there? What is the problem? Where is the traffic? Everything is managed by the AI for the maximum efficiency. Let me show you how it works. We are creating wide area network to totally free cost to communicate IoT devices. Then activate devices like the controller, AI units, and other hardware solutions. And after all, we are using deep learning systems to reach in maximum energy efficiency. And after all, our cities are starting to 60% energy efficiency and totally smart city ready. Our targets are lights are everywhere. The buildings, the airports, the smart cities, public roads. We are ready to roll and inshallah starting to high revenue energy efficiency together. Our market is very big and great news, not yet dominated. With our advanced technologies, we are planning to dominate the market and with our partners like European Bank and the European institutions. We have got cash model in everywhere, like the corporations, like the licenses, subscription models. Everything we are ready to make it money, and all around the world, we just get a great traction together. My team is best of them. The finance, the AI, the technology developments, been several years are ready to this device and now ready to this digital transformation. Or scalability, the buildings to the smart cities, totally ready. Until now, we have got a very great traction all around the world. And the regulation, the certifications is all around ready. Just plug and play and our efficiency is start to roll. As I mentioned, this technology save the earth and it will be make the revenue model. And this technology will be, all of us will be win to win. And while I'm coming end of my presentation, we are asking to $2 million this big impact we can do together. As you see the numbers, inshallah we will be win together, and the sustainability and saving cities we will be built together, and we will totally stopping wasted energies. I want to thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Judges.
So just for the revenue, you mentioned $1.2 million.
Exactly, yes, for $2 million investment.
This is the current revenue, or that's the expected revenue?
Actually, we are offering for $2 million in every year, $1.2 million.
What's the current revenue?
Or revenue?
Yeah.
In 3 quarters, we have got nearly $500,000, and we just get some attractions in here. Probably in the next season, we are totally planning to $2 million in next year.
So your focus here on the lightning, like
yes.
more?
Yes.
And that's like, how do you manufacture?
We have got 3 manufacturers. In 2 is China and 1 is the Kazakhstan. And we are totally making the public the devices and the sending where is the installed and the shipment after installation, and it's totally starting to winning.
So your strength in the platform or into the actual, you know?
Yes. We are producing the hardware, wireless communication, and artificial intelligence in one platform. That will be totally profitable way to investment or to smart city in all this one platform.
And how many customers do you have? I know it's like, it's not going to be like, it's going to be a handful of customers, but like the adoption.
Yes.
And your presence is where currently?
Yes. Our most customers are in North Europe, United States, and Turkey. It's about 12 customers right now, and this organization, we can have 5 more in the Saudi Arabia right now.
And do you have to have a sensor to trigger the light to go on? What happens if a car or pedestrian passes that doesn't use your technology?
Actually, our technology with the artificial intelligence uses the vision camera, centralized, and the data will be instantly control the all motions and the control the lights.
All right, thank you so much. Time is up. 1 minute for judging and scoring. All right. Calling our next pitch on stage. Please go ahead. Stage is all yours.
My name is Cesar Suarez. I'm a co-founder and chief innovation officer at Certi. In the era of economies of speed, Certi accelerates progress with Certify education and with Certiflow, all sorts of organizations in the world. I will start with the first problem. universities, educational institutions. They have outdated and overly complex paper processes, which creates more unnecessary operational cost, and they also currently have an outdated academic offer. This creates less students for them, which means less revenue, and in summary, it creates a slow progress in education. Therefore, Certify, our first solution, is a global complete credentials ecosystem with network effects in which the university has an automatic generator of these digital credentials. The students have a digital wallet where they can store those credentials that now are more useful. And the third parties can find the right talent. You know, like more than 75% of the companies, they say cannot find the right talent. Now they can. So in summary, for universities, they become more productive, they update their academic offer, and they boost their revenue. We have an example of a university in Colombia that already did a 6x in the revenue. The business of Certify. There is a credentials boom everywhere. The market is growing around 20% every year, adding $3 billion by 2028. And we sell per credential. One credential is about $1.5. And the go-to-market strategy is let's go for the 20% of the institutions that issue the 80% of the credentials. Our sales so far, we have done a 9x since 2022. We have over $880,000 in deals this 2024, 0% churn rate, and over 90% margin. But look, while we were growing this digital credentials business, we had to deal with large organizations, and then we found the second problem. Let's talk about insurance companies. Yeah, the second problem. Okay. What? Okay, the second problem is that university, insurance companies, banks, and governments, they have like slow processes because they are manually capturing data, executing data. So therefore, we come with Certiflow, which is a solution that is an ecosystem of multiple AI robots and AI agents and workflows, APIs, and UX that execute, evaluate, and capture data. So banks, insurance companies, they become faster. Process that used to take months, weeks, now they take minutes. They become customer-centric, therefore they make more money and they have less cost. The business is a growing market. The current SAM is over $30 billion and is growing over 36% every year. We charge per runs. Every time the workflow runs, we charge between $3 and $8. And our go-to-market strategy is to go for...
Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's give it up.
Okay.
Judges, 2 minutes.
So your solution is a platform, mainly focusing on expediting and using the AI?
Yeah.
Or how do you support these organizations specifically?
We map out their workflows. Let's say application for a mortgage, application for a bank loan, application for opening a bank account, an insurance claim, a government process. We map out the whole workflow. We set it up in our platform, and they literally automate it, like with the AI agents, AI robots, the best UX. We also, like, let's say you share a link, and these people just apply for these processes.
So you have customers?
We do have customers, yes. We have insurance companies, banks, and governments, yeah.
The AI agents that you mentioned, are they built on top of OpenAI and other LLMs, or have
we are working with Google Gemini, and their latest developments of AI agents. And the difference between using an AI agent and an AI robot, you know, we want to bring those AI agents to the market. Is like why I mentioned unlocking a $4 trillion opportunity. Is that the AI robots, they just receive the data and they take decisions based on the criteria of the organizations. But with the AI agents, these robots, they keep learning and improving the process as they pass, you know? So we are bringing those two technologies. We want to be the bridge, the brand that bring those AI to those organizations. And we are doing it, yeah.
Current revenue and month-over-month growth.
All right, thank you. Time is up. Thank you.
No, it's 5 seconds. What do you say?
Go ahead.
Monthly revenue and current month-over-month growth rate?
The current month rate is, let's say, 30% every month, and current revenue over $880,000 in deals.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
1 minute for judging and scoring. All right. Thank you, judges. Next coming up, VS Farm Tech.
Hello, I'm Hoyan, the BD Director of VS Farm Tech. We are a Korean biotech company. Radiotherapy has been a powerhouse against cancer for a century. As a result, 6% of all cancer patients receive this therapy. It kills tumor cells effectively, but patients have to bear side effects such as nausea, vomiting, hair loss, and even skin burns. Moreover, it is not enough to cure cancer by alone. Considering every year so many patients are newly diagnosed with cancers, is it really okay to leave it as a status quo? VS Farm Tech, with a mission to discover the better for the paradigm shift in cancer treatments, decided to develop a radiosensitizer, as we believe awakening the potential of radiotherapy is significant to advance the treatment outcomes. To succeed in new drug development, we put together the excellent technology from the Korean National Institution with experts in the Korean pharmaceutical industries. Our technology name is VS101, which makes tumor cells more responsive to the radiotherapy. It has 3 strengths: good efficacy, low toxicity, and easy to use for patients and physicians. We make a radiosensitizer in a safe way by the method of the drug repurposing. It means that we find the new therapeutic effects from the existing drugs. Thanks to a lot of milestones, we have been already recognized by the US FDA and the top-tiered hospitals in the world. Now we are operating phase 2 clinical trials with the MD Anderson Cancer Center. We are targeting to develop it to those various solid tumors, including the head and neck cancer, breast cancers, and brain tumors. There's no approved drugs as a radiosensitizer so far. However, we believe the market is emerging and its market potential will be $80 billion. Our partnership is in seeking for because we have to deliver our drugs to the patients in the world. To support our programs in development, we are raising the $20 million. If you are interested in the Korea biotech company, please support us. Thank you.
Thank you. And lovely outfit. We love it. Judges?
In your preclinical studies, have you identified any potential off-target effects?
Not really. Actually, we are not targeting the therapy. It's a small molecule. It works as systemically. So it's, I think your question is a little different. We are seeking for here.
I'm thinking more side effects. Since it is a systemic administration, I mean, you mentioned low toxicity, but are there any side effects that would be on top of the radiation?
Yeah, we just had phase 1 data to testify its safety. So we confirmed that it is very safe. There's no adverse events related to the administrations.
So at what stage you would recommend or age your patient to try to use the product?
You would like to know the age of the patient?
Yeah, what is the ideal ages or the stage?
Actually, we are under the investigations. There's no limit of the aging, but we are used for the adults over the 18 years old, I guess. But in the future, we can study for the children. It could be.
Is it a prescribed product or off-shelf product? It's prescribed by doctors or off-shelf?
We are under the development as it's not yet commercialized.
Is there any indication that it may be more or less effective depending on the tumor type?
Not yet, but our first target is the head and neck cancers because it requires radiotherapy as treating the cancers. Thank you for your interest.
All right, thank you so much. 1 minute for judging and scoring. All right, time is up. Next pitch on stage, Missar.
Assalamu alaikum. One of the few struggles humanity is still facing since 1885, when Benz made his first car, is car maintenance. Because of the inaccurate diagnosis, the low quality of repairs, the high prices, the lack of convenience in car maintenance. This is why we decided to take a step back and develop our IB using AI and technology to re-engineer this market and make sure that we can have a solution that's scalable for every city and localized. So we started with the inaccurate diagnosis, and we developed repair type robust methodology powered by task automation for mechanics and controlled by AI-driven diagnostic reliability, where we reached to 98.6 accuracy for car maintenance. Then we worked in the quality repairs. Then we developed the workshop quality index, so anyone using the system can easily see that the system is allocating the right car to the repair type to the workshops automatically, and using AI-driven repair post-inspection to make sure that was fixed. Then we have in the pricing, we are linking the manufacturer pricing to localized labor cost to predict the right pricing for that. And we digitized the whole surface. We started by our first digital product, building workshop management system deployed in more than 5,000 workshops in the Middle East, automating their services, then developing the B2C and B2B portal to order and oversee the life cycle of the car, and operational app to oversee everything. Then for the customer, it's only 3 clicks to repair the car, order, approve, and pay, and in the back end, everything is done. And they can order services from car wash, oil change, all the way to car accidents, using that in more than 51 cities and 3 countries. The business model is very simple. We are taking commission on revenue and subscription cost on technology, and the number speaks for itself. We are the fastest growing auto tech globally, serving more than 1 million customers and generating more than 100 million, and we are profitable and growing 5x every year. And we are saving 9,000 tons of CO2 emission, biggest and largest EV network in the market. We are working hard to capture $4 billion market share in Africa and MENA, and we are well positioned, and we are moving next year to MENA, and the year after we will be in Africa. And our ask, if you know anyone in these cities, please introduce us. We are well positioned as we won MENA InsurTech Award, and we signed early agreement with insurance companies and powered by Unicorn program. Behind Missar, full-time dedicated employees, more than 200 coming from tech, corporate, consulting, startups to achieve Missar's mission. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Missar. Judges, 2 minutes.
When it comes to the diagnostic, how is the process? How the consumer will get to know how where is the issue in the car?
So basically, the diagnostic, the car will go to the workshop. The workshop will be using the robust diagnostic methodology, using the task automation for mechanics. So for each repair type, they have their own procedures. And after it's finished, the consumer will receive it through the app. If he is a B2C, if B2B, he will receive it in the portal. He will see exactly the pictures, the report, and what's the prices, and then he will be approving, and it will be fixed.
So you're not deriving the diagnostic, so each workshop will have their own way of diagnosing?
No, it's
so
the workshop will be using our technology, more than 5,000 workshops, using our technology to do that diagnostic, and the accuracy level is more than 98%.
So what would motivate the workshops to use your technology? Is it like the margin and the revenue, or the authentication?
We are taking margins of revenues from this workshop for using that, and we are generating and bringing them customers.
What is your ask?
Our ask is to introduce us to anyone you know in auto tech that's in MENA or Africa.
Who are your target customers? Are you mainly working with the smaller enterprises or more focused on the likes of Abdul Latif Jameel, Petromin, and so on?
No, Petromin, Abdul Latif Jameel is not our customer. Our customers are insurance companies, rental companies. We take their fleets, we give them the system, and they manage everything through us. And part of the network is Abdul Latif Jameel and Petromin and other independent workshops. And more than 1 million B2C customers. These are our customers.
All right, thank you, Ms. Mar. Give it up, please. Judges, 1 minute for scoring. And we're moving to Investors Pitch, powered by BIM Ventures. منجم تطوير الأعمال. All right, judges, thank you so much. Let's give it up for the judges, please. Time and effort by the judges today. Thank you so much. You've been amazing. Thank you to all the pitchers. We will be back to announce the 6 qualified finalists to EWC 2024. But now we're moving to Investors Pitch, powered by BIM Ventures. Manjam تطوير الأعمال. Give us a couple of minutes and we will start with our pitches.